Told you that the most productive, highest impact week of your life doesn't start with doing more. It starts with designing more intentionally. Today, I'm sharing the 4 hour week framework. And no, I don't mean work for 4 hours and then disappear to a beach. I mean, design your week in four intentional blocks so that everything you do actually moves your best life forward. I'm Dr. Tora Brown, organizational psychologist and founder of Best Life. So let's redesign your week. One of the biggest lies we've been sold is that busyness equals productivity. And I see this constantly with the high achieving women I work with. They're booked solid, executing at a high level, and completely exhausted. But then when we audit what they're actually spending time on, only maybe 30% of it is truly high leverage. The other 70%, reactive, obligatory, routine. So, what we're doing today is flipping that ratio. And it starts with understanding that a great week isn't discovered, it's designed. The S in your best life is schedule, your schedule. And it is one of the most powerful levers you have. So, we're going to talk about the four blocks. Okay, let's jump in. Block one, deep work. This is your highest leverage, highest focus work. Strategic thinking, writing, problem solving, content creation. Whatever requires your full cognitive power, it belongs in your peak energy window. You need to protect it like it's a board meeting. High focus, zero interruptions. Block two, relationship block. This is intentional connection with your team, your clients, your mentors, your families. Not reactive Slack responses or back to back meetings no one prepared for. I mean, purposeful, meaningful engagement. One coffee, one meaningful check in, one hard conversation that you've been avoiding. So, block two, it's your relationship block. And it's connection that builds the trust and momentum. Block three, energy and recovery block. This is non negotiable and it ties directly to the B in your best life. Your body, exercise, rest, nutrition, nature, whatever it is that restores you. But B really focuses on your body. High achievers chronically underinvest here and then wonder why they're running on fumes. Your energy is your most valuable professional asset. So, block three is energy and recovery. Your body is your business. Now, block four is the strategic review block. You need to create a weekly ritual, maybe a Friday afternoon or a Sunday evening, where you look back at what happened and also take a look forward with what's coming up in the next week. Take time to celebrate wins, course correct, and reset your intentions. And this is where the T in best comes in, truth. This is where it lives. You can't lead your life if you never step back and evaluate it. So block four, strategic review. Look back, look forward, lead yourself. Okay? And then we need to step in and think about those boundaries that are going to protect our blocks. And now this is critical because blocks only work if they're protected, which means we really do have to talk about boundaries. So there's three simple boundaries that change everything. The first one, email windows. You check and respond to email twice a day, not all day long. Set windows. Communicate them to your team and watch your deep work time multiply. Now, you might need to add in another window, but for me, 2 times a day really works. In the morning and later in the afternoon, and then that's it. Okay, I know that one's a hard one. Second, meeting caps. Decide the maximum number of meetings you'll take per day and per week. Most of my clients cap at 3 meetings per day and protect at least 2 meeting-free days per week. And that's really important because oftentimes, if we're back to back, you know this, you're back to back in meetings and you don't have time to do anything else, and you're exhausted after expending energy in meetings all day. The third, a sync by default. Before you schedule a meeting, ask, could this be an email, a voice memo, maybe a shared document? 9 times out of 10, the answer is yes. These aren't rigid rules, they're design choices. You're the architect of your schedule, so really take time and schedule. And so the E in best is for expectations, and you need to set them for others and hold them for yourself. And then the last piece of this framework is delegation. And this is where so many high achievers leave time on the table. Here's a simple two-level delegation model. Level one is full delegation, tasks that someone else can own completely without your involvement. Think scheduling, research, reporting, routine communication. Stop touching these. And then level two is collaborative delegation, tasks where you provide direction, review at key milestones, but you're not in the weeds. Project management, first drafts, vendor relationships. Here's a real example from a client that I've worked with. She's a VP who worked with me last year. She restructured her Fridays to include her strategic review block and one relationship lunch, and everything else was delegated, batched, or eliminated. And within a month, she found she had freed up 8 hours of time in a week, 8 hours that she reinvested into her health, her marriage, and a passion project she'd been deferring for 2 years. And that's what the 4 hour week framework actually delivers. Not less work, but better work. Work that's aligned with your best life. So here's your action step this week. Block your calendar using these 4 categories, even roughly, even imperfectly. Just start. Your schedule is not something that happens to you. It's something you design. And when you design it with intention, you start living with intention. Download my free weekly plan template in the bio link. It's already structured with these floor blocks so you can plug and play starting on Monday. And if you want to go deeper, I have a masterclass coming up where we build your full best life schedule from scratch. Details are in the description. I'm Dr. Tora Brown, and this is your best life. Let's design it.